Hey, hello, welcome to this very stream. Today, we're doing a speed run, so I now need to open up Live Split and wait like a goddamn half an hour. Why? I should probably reinstall Live Split or something, I don't know. Oh, there it is. Do I bother loading up splits? I mean, we're doing random track orders, so I don't really think there'll be any reason to load up splits. I also have one called 32 track random order. The selected file was not recognized as a splits file. Okay. So I guess the answer is just no. Apparently I have a random track order splits, but that's probably from when we did the first iteration of this speedrun on the Wii U. You know what, for the sake of it, let's look at that old Wii U time. Because a random 32 track back then compared to a random 32 track nowadays, that's an interesting comparison. When did I do this speed run? But there it is. 1 year ago. It's got old squiggle samps. Samps? It's got good old squiggle sample. It's a 2-hour speed run, which is real bizarre. Oh yeah, it's from when the Wii... That's where the, what's it called? The gamepad died. So it was a 1 hour and 57 seconds. So, let's... get show on road. Our review projector. No. Only 2. But it does have a Bowser, and whenever I do Wario DK, we'll take that. If I ever end up on your stream, most likely by force, you need to draw the deer character. I need to make you no one's made, random order, 32 tracks. You want the deer character, I'm guessing the one, yeah, I've been trying to give them a name, and actually any identity. I forget that. It literally just boots you to this screen. Also, I want to check something. If I go to that tab and go to memberships and then go badges and emojis. If I get one more member, I can get a 10th emoji. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've not seen anyone use either of the last 3 emojis used, but if someone wants to become a member, you get there's a one emoji that I can add, because then what's the next value after that? The emojis are so amount of emojis you can upload. So yeah, it's now get one emoji every 10 members. Until I get the 50, in which case then it's another 15. That's so ridiculous. But granted, I don't actually know how they work on Twitch. So let's make sure our global hotkeys are on, and we should do nothing but get the show on the road. 3, 2, 1, go. 0 warm-ups. I've not played in a while. That's always the great thing about, doing a burnout at the start of raids is, you end up, To stream after you bought the membership. What if you type in like the emoji's name? Which I think for fish is _fish. Have I even grabbed an item box this race? Oh, fib. Oh, I mean, I say _fish. You need to type in the, what's it called? Colons. Colon? 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 Why you'd MT spam? Because it's good in this game. And you can dodge blue shells with it. I don't think Mario Circuit's actually like one of my worst tracks that I look good at. This man never played MKDS. You press the button, but none of the emojis appear, including like the YouTube one and like regular app devices and regular global website emojis. So that's weird. Make sure also you are clicking like the emoji button like on the platform, not like the not like your phone keyboard emoji. Okay, see ya. There was airtime! That sucked! You would guess the gimmick is MT spam cheese the loading wheel? What are you on about? You use the global emojis, but not the YouTube ones, including channel emojis. Huh. Oh my god, I'm actually getting really bad at TikTok clock. Point in case. Oh my god, he's actually kinda bad. You heard the picture in the Discord so everyone can see what it looks like? Okay, yeah, that's always a smarter idea. I was looking at the chat and so I nearly hit that fib. Incredible stream. Why do you always just like, you always come in and just like, just be like, yeah, epic stream. Nothing else. And you just be quiet for the rest of the, and then you just like quiet up for the rest of the time. Oh no. Why did it bounce me backwards? If you're wondering why this game didn't bring back N64 Luigi Raceway along with the other soundtracks, because the Japanese called it Luigi Circuit. That didn't stop them from adding him. The Nintendo Direct is so bad, I don't think there's a Nintendo Direct currently happening. See, it's really funny as someone like me, like, watching Nintendo Direct, because I don't really care about any video games. And so the Nintendo Direct will probably never be good unless it's, like, literally got Super Smash Bros. In it, because that's, like, all I care about. Maybe Mario Kart news is also kind of interesting. But yeah, everyone will be like, oh, Nintendo Direct sucked. I'm like, did it suck? I'm just like, and it's got games that I don't care about, but I also don't care about Ocarina of Time remake, so... Hey, where's my internet? Look at my stream, it's on goddamn 700 kilobits. Ow. Edgy Tune, I feel like when it actually becomes my birthday, either the channel's birthday, which is soon, or my real birthday, which is not soon. Oh, I hit a fence. You're gonna, like, not even comment. I really want the mushroom. How on earth did I get away with those MTs? I was so close to hitting the fence. Oh well, your bitrate is decreasing. That's the joys of Australia. Happens every now and then. Nintendo Direct didn't have Mario Kart DS to it. It can never be good. We got no Mario Bad Direct. Why did the Mario company not release any Mario at their Mario event? It's ridiculous. Why did Blue Shells do that? What time am I aiming to beat, if any? I don't know. Preferably whatever time I got in the Wii U a year ago when I also did random track order, but... Arguably, if I do beat my PB, which is increasingly unlikely because I started the speedrun with a goddamn burnout. If I do beat my PB, I'll be utterly shocked because it does actually count. You're allowed to do random track order for 32 tracks. Don't know why, but... So that mean, would a Nintendo Direct be good if it contained, like, literally, like, New Super Mario Bros. 1 re-release, and then JRPGs? Would that make it a good Nintendo Direct? I will say, I think you are being a bit, I don't know, ridiculous. I don't know if you're being ridiculous to a point of its parody or ridiculous of in you are what the parodies are mocking. It's about your Nintendo Direct. Well, I don't know, it seems very like, I don't know, Twitter opinion. Yeah, Waluigi in Smash? Damn, what a Twitter opinion. I'd like Waluigi in Smash, I don't need him. You join, you see Direct discourse. I don't care about the... You're seeing one person complain about the Direct and everyone else mocking him. The new Ribbon Heaven game is a WarioWare knockoff? No? Waluigi gets a smash when Hyphen beats my mission mode PB. Well, that one's actually achievable. There's a path to me beating my mission mode time. I mean, if you said 32 track time, I'm like, yeah, that's never happening. Cool. Someone tries to not good at being trailers. I didn't really pay attention. I was too busy playing Mario Kart DS. And no Zelda game? Wasn't there a Zelda game? I mean, it may be a remake, but it's a remake of, you know, a game that, you know, it was on the N64. Also, how dare a video game company not release all their IPs in the first year and a half of their new console? Meaning they don't actually space, like, the reason you'd space out releases on a console is because if you want people to buy your console for a few years. Which is why you don't release all your exclusives in, like, the first, like, even though exclusives will probably make everyone really happy, there's going to be a lot of people that you don't need to convince. It's why, you know, I'm probably not going to buy a Switch 2 until, like, you know, Super Smash Bros. Gets announced or released. Because, you know, I don't care enough about the other games, but I really like Super Smash Bros. But if they, like, you know, but someone that's going to play Super Smash Bros. Doesn't really need to be convinced, so you may as well, or is probably not going to be convinced by other games, so you may as well wait later down the line when you're going to up the price by like $50 or something ridiculous. Damn, my lines are probably atrocious. Huh. Don't we get Yoshi Falls next? You're just so excited to see these games, but Nintendo trolled us, you don't even know if they're going to exist. So what do you mean Nintendo trolled us? What does that mean? Nintendo is not being out here like, ooh, we'll get people really riled up. Like, what does that sentence mean? I think I'm also a really interesting person when it comes to, oh, free mushroom. I think I'm also like a really interesting person because, you know, I'm kind of interested in how like businesses work and things like that. Like, rather than, because, you know, I'm not a fan of Nintendo games. I just like Mario Kart DS. And so it's like, whenever, you know, complaints about this happen, it's like, yeah, because how would those companies function? It's why I find, like, you know, my reviews of YouTube's stupid AI systems to be really funny. Because I always basically say, like, damn, Google paid how much for all this? I'm not like, oh, I hate AI and it's garbage. I mean, I do. I don't think it's great. But it's always funny to take, like, a step back and, like, think like a company. Be like, huh? Though I'm not qualified at all, I will never do business. What is my bitrate doing? And Smash, apparently. Yeah. Do I even like Mario Kart? I can't just get money for making videos on the game. They saw Mario make a troll level, and we can make direct out of that. Yo, what's the most Kaizo block of Nintendo Directs? And that's right, I mean, it's an insult in literally every way, but your comments would make great r/tomorrow posts. Something that's really thrown me off recently is in the chat box on the stream window, the messages are sometimes appearing before the messages appear in my main chat box, which is taller, so I can actually, see the whole message. It's really annoying me. There's a blue shell! Where? Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Hey guys, what's your favorite random Mario Kart track? What kind of question even is that? Hey guys, put your bets in what you think the last track's gonna be. I'm saying it's still gonna be RYC somehow. Blue shell dodge? Wait. Banshee, airship. And it's kind of just people naming random tracks that just haven't happened yet, so. Did F8 C sharp? I don't think it has. But it's so unmemorable that I do not remember if it had. Can we get Rainbow Road? We just had Rainbow Road. Were you looking at the screen? I remember F8C strictly because it's bad. Really confused why you can't access the emojis. Why can I use them? I think it's a more of an app problem rather than a subscription problem. Because if you're unable to access like the general YouTube emojis. I mean, I haven't looked at your image yet, so I could be like, you're pressing the wrong image. Fish. Yeah, because you're able to type them out with the by literally just typing the emoji's name. Problem is, I don't remember what all the emojis are called. The thing is, you can see them when you hover over them in the emoji picker. Fish part 2. Good. Fish. Whoa! Fish insert emoji here. Anyway, in other news, Oz Speedrun, or my run at Oz Speedrun Marathon is a month away, so Make sure you have that in your calendars. I have booked my plane tickets because I'm taking the plane over there. Fish part 3. Was it Fish? Fish the 3rd. I booked my plane tickets, I booked my accommodation, so now it's just a matter of waiting for the day to arrive. Wait, where are you going? I am going to Adelaide to play Mario Kart DS. For Oz Speedrun Marathon. Because they won't extend my 32 track time! Oh, it's F8C. Dear God. Now, I don't know what the hell there is to do in Adelaide because, I mean, I'm only there for like 2 days. 2 days. It's quite a short trip because I don't have money to stay long. But yeah, it'll be interesting to compare taking the plane to go to a major city versus taking an overnight train. Because I took the overnight train to go to Sydney for Oz Speedrun Open. And now I'm taking a plane to go to Adelaide for Oz Speedrun Marathon. And then if I, for some reason, get into Oz Speedrun at PAX, I really doubt it. I would really love to, but I really doubt it. Oh my god, Wario, use it. The blue shell onto Wario, who was ahead of me. Oh! That was amazing. Don't ask why I have such high expectations. Probably just so you can get mad easier. Oh, and there's Edge of Fortress. Well, I think the only guess that people said of tracks that'll be last is my guess of RYC. One of the funniest things about if I do get into Oz Speedrun PAX though is it would actually be the longest I would have to travel in a single day, because obviously why would I stay anywhere? I could just stay at home and take the train in the morning. But yeah, that'd just be funny. Because the Switch one has the best library in your opinion? What does that mean? Like, it's like saying... What? You're comparing a console that's been out since like... for like 8 years? Like, the Switch, the original Switch did not launch with... I think it literally just launched with, like, just Mario Kart and Breath of the Wild. And Breath of the Wild was more just like a, whoops, we may as well do it. Anyway, I feel like I'm playing really badly. Oh, free track that people predicted sharp back to back. That was really funny. Especially because that happened any later, I would have just Mario Kart wasn't a launch title? Damn. I wasn't really into video games back in 2018. I mean, I was into like video games, but that was like Minecraft. That was when I was still into Minecraft, which is concerning because it was 2018. Like, you know, my history of Minecraft is really funny. I was really into it. Like, you know, I really enjoyed Minecraft, like, even throughout its, like, dead days. And then, like, by 2020, I started losing interest in the game. But then, you know, the entire internet picked it up again. And it was like, no, Minecraft's actually really cool. But I'm like, I'm no longer interested in the game. Damn it. Ow. One thing about the... Ooh, voice crack. One thing about the original random track speedrun is I think I played it in the middle of when I was actually doing a lot of grinding for Mario Kart DS 32 track. And now I clearly am not doing well. Because I'm no longer playing 32 track as often because I realized that those streams do really badly. Enjoy Minecraft, you're 4000 FPS B-style PC setup, then why do you need a Switch too? Just wait for emulators to release. Wish 2 emulators are gonna be hell to make happen. Yeah, I mean they're still gonna try because goddamn people love emulating Nintendo consoles and absolutely can't be stuffed emulating anything else. My bitrate is gone a bit crazy, might I say. Talking about a bit crazy, also my Peach Gardens is also going a bit crazy. I will say one of the most annoying things about whenever they do get like a Switch 2, whenever they do get a Switch 2 emulator function, everyone's like, oh no, Nintendo's going to hear you. And they'll be like, guys, it won't be fine. They'll do the goddamn same Tears of the Kingdom stupid thing that they did last time. I hate the Nintendo's gonna sue you joke. It's not funny. Because there's way more nuance to Nintendo suing a person than just making a mod. Yeah, Nintendo suing joke is overused now, yeah. I think I still may have cease and desist as banned terms on the channel. Sometimes I do need to go into the held comments and... Whoa, capture card, calm down. I think I need to replace the USB cable on for my capture card. I think it's starting to go a bit funky. But I really like the USB cable that this came with because it's like a... I don't know, it's got like the nice outside with like all my USB-C cables have like plastic coating so they don't really wobble well. But yeah, I think like literally the only times I've really made a Nintendo, the Nintendo suing or the Nintendo's evil company joke is, I think it's the R4 video and the ruining Mario Kart DS video of Hyphen in between. And I think the ruining Mario Kart DS was specifically a cease and desist joke. Yeah, we can tell you're a fanboy. Yeah, it's getting to an annoying degree that I may do the enforced shut up. Why are there 4 different Luigi circuit tracks across Mario Kart? Why are there so many goddamn Mario circuits? It's like Luigi's a main character or something. So why is Lakitu red? What question is that? Because he's a red shell Lakitu. Isn't it Mario? No, the Mario Kart Lakitu's are green. The playable Lakitu and Mario Kart 7's are red shelled. I believe that this is rage bait. And blue Lakitu? I don't think there are blue. Cool. Thank you, Daisy. Oh, that was a really shocking MT. Whoa, capture card, calm down. I think that's really annoying about the capture card that you all don't get to hear is the really loud USB disconnect sound. Like, I don't know why, but for some reason, just system audio is just way loud like everything else on the computer. But like, the only system audio that you ever really hear is USB disconnect and reconnect. How come you want to use a capture card to record and not an emulator? I like using capture cards for streams. Because it's a real DS, because, I don't know, it's just better. Especially because I've been doing a lot more speedruns. I've now gotten used to using the capture card. But I still use emulator for most recordings. Because it's because I do a lot more zoom ins and things on emulator. It's a lot easier to do it when it's at a high quality. So my videos are still I think most of my videos are emulator. Is it worth trying to wall dodge red shells in this game? I did say that comment earlier, but I completely forgot to reply to it. I don't really know. I find it really inconsistent to dodge red shells via walls because I don't really try that often. Mostly like when I see a red shell, I try and calm down my drifting or the snaking a bit in order to dodge the red shell. Nah, just put him in timed out. Not a ban yet. It's just a very subtle slap. Gotta say, an annoying thing about streaming is you attract a really annoying. One thing about playing classic Nintendo games is you attract people that are just like, oh my god, you're playing a Nintendo game? That's absolutely crazy. I'm like, no, I'm playing Mario Kart DS. Oh, there's a truck there. I was focused on the blue shell. Don't send the blue shell dodge emoji. Also, I want to talk about, by God, so many people are commenting on the video on that just use the tall DS button in. Like, well, capture card, calm down. Like, you know, I had to get a few comments because it was such a boring fact. I'm like, the only way I can really spice up this video is to use the stupid DS in it, because, you know, the Game Boy macro got a lot of attention when it was in videos, just randomly. And, you know, I had the DS set up with the tall buttons, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna use it in this video. And by God, why has it got so many comments be like, A lot of people commenting more inappropriate versions of we've got bigger fish to fry, I think is the original phrase. A lot of people have a lot of inappropriate versions of that line, which I've been struggling to keep on top of. So people just like the tall DS. Or absolutely hate it, who knows. Oop. I hate this game. How many more carts I have to do for to track speedruns with? Basically like every standard cart, and then most of the third carts of characters. So I think it is like Shooting Star, Standard Luigi, Streamliner, Standard Peach, Light, whatever the Peach one is called. So most of them. It'll probably, how long would it be? I say I'll at least get to the end of the year and I still won't be done. Actually, no, I should definitely be at the end of the year because I only get like 1 or 2 done in a stream whenever I do them, and I only do one of them like every second a week at most. The problem is they're also very, they're not very interesting streams as well because... Hey Nitro, I do not care about your roleplay. I haven't done B-Dasher. I'm pretty sure I've done B-Dasher. It may not be on a list. I've noticed that people using the term LARPing for role-playing, which doesn't make sense because the word LARP already has a roleplay in it. Or the term LARP already has roleplay in it. And then also the term, the LA also doesn't make sense because it stands for live action, so... I don't know, maybe I'm just around D&D nerds too much that I actually know that information, whereas, you know, people on Twitter don't. The Hyphen Hoik livestream is not a stage to perform a persona on. It's a place to be like Mario Kart DS. Isn't live action roleplay just roleplay in general? I think it's mostly a D&D term to separate it from tabletop role-playing games. So it's like, instead of, you know... Instead of playing, you know, instead of doing D&D on, like, a table mat, you're doing it in a public park, being a public nuisance. I think that's what LARPing is supposed to mean, but feel free to correct me. Well, that's just in its old sense, not in, I'm going to roleplay being an absolute nuisance on Twitter. What capture card am I using? I am using a loopy capture card from 3DS Capture. But specifically, I literally just bought the install kit and held one of my friends at gunpoint. Without the gun. Or the point. Maybe don't use the same USB cable for... I mean, I think the problem with the USB cable is starting to get slack. Yeah, I got the full startup boost. That was pretty good. How do my friends at point? I mean, technically when I also technically removed the point, so I technically just held one of my friends. Which doesn't even make sense, because I kind of just handed him dares and just sat around the room while he did it. I do technically still want to, so I'm actually using a different, bottom shell for the, DS that I cut very crudely in order to make the capture card. That was good. That was lucky. But yeah, I still have the actual shell because the this DS, I went to like Gas Converters and I had like in a display case, I had an original Nintendo DS. It was for $50. It came that little, I think if you look in some Hyphen in between videos or maybe just some photos of that set in general, you'll see a little cleaning cloth for the DS. Well, not cleaning cloth, like, I don't know what to describe it as. Just placed in front of the dismantled DS. And that came from buying the Nintendo DS. But I actually got that DS because it's in such a nice condition for completely... That'd actually be considered a bargain these days, but I was like, you know, I didn't have that much. I wasn't that rich, but I was like, I saw this DS and I'm like, that is a really good deal to buy an original DS with a really good shell. And then I basically didn't use it for like 3 years. Like, I think I may have used it a few times, mostly for a video shot where it used to look at a good quality DS. And then, you know, I was like... And then, you know, when the channel actually, you know, started getting money, I was like, okay, if I ever get a capture card, it is going in the really good DS. I was pondering if I wanted to, you know, buy another DS or something and make it. I was like, no, I'm going to use the really good DS because DSs are so darn expensive in 2025 when I was evaluating this. But, ow. Nitro, I don't know how to respectfully tell you to shut up. No one cares about you setting up two-factor authentication. But, so yeah, you know, the DS capture card, what a fun story. But I still have the original bottom shell of the DS, and I want to carve out a nice support for just USB-C. I hit the top of the fib. I suppose we're at the point where consoles from the mid-thousands are increasing. The entire But also, I think like the DS and 3DS systems are the most wanted for phone detoxing. That's not the right word. You know, like getting off your mobile phones, but you know, you still want to interact with the screen. And so the DS and 3DS are really good at that because that's when, you know, games became, you know, actually functional. And, you know, the Game Boy and Game Boy Advance era have kind of passed. I mean, I'm not fully sure about that's the reason. I think, you know, it's always... There are multiple reasons why things would be going up in value. But that's my general hypothesis is, you know... we're entering the mid-thousands nostalgia era. You know, people my age and older are starting to get into the systems they played in their childhood. Not me though, because I never played video games in my childhood. But also because the DS era lasted until like the 3DS. It means that like, oh, if you're gonna get a DS, you may as well get a 3DS because it can play all the DS games and all the 3DS games and is stupidly easy to homebrew. So, yeah. And GBA games too. I don't really count, like, in terms of, like, emulation. Even though the 3DS isn't really emulation, but still basically feels like emulation. Whereas, like, you know, DS games are natively on the 3DS. And you know, you can play DS games on the 3DS and get a DS experience. You're watching an earlier part of the stream for God knows how long. There's been quite a few frame drops, so... Yeah, you've probably been pushed back a lot. The DS is Picto Chat, it's automatically better. I was doing a bit of tinkering because I now actually have, you know, a 3DS that's battery isn't going to cause me property damage. You know, I downloaded PictoChat, the DSi camera, and the DSi sound app. You were half an hour behind? Jesus. You must have looked at that's one of the reasons why I put the time on the screen. It gives you like, you get to see how long is it going to take for your messages to arrive and things like that. It also tells people that I'm in a whack time zone. You agree PictoChat making DS automatically better but nobody uses it anymore? Yeah, it's because you can't get near people. I will say opening up DSi sound and 3DS sound, because remember the 3DS also had the sound app. They are basically identical looking. Like, you know, the 3DS one looks more like, you know, iPhone after the redesign, and the DSi one looks like iPhone before the redesign. Whoop. And when you notice a difference in time, you realize what's happening. Nice. The 3DS actually saved more sound? I would hope so. Apparently I've read online that also the DSi camera app on 3DS is actually better than the 3DS camera app. And so, the problem is trying to compare that. It means I can't really go out and take photos of trains like I normally do. So, rips. I know people love my train spotting adventures on a 3DS or on DS cameras. The DSi camera is better than the 3DS camera, I will say that. Maybe I should... I also do want to do that as a video, but that's just going to be an absolute pain to film. Because I don't really know what to do for subjects. Well, not as a video, more as a short, because, you know, videos about the DS don't do well. Shorts about the DS do way too well, but... How about both of them are bad? Ah! I took my chances and they were poorly calculated. Fib! I've been cast with Train Spotting remake. No, I'm talking about Train Spotting as in the really lame activity. Am I truly a train fan if I haven't actually ridden an Extrapolis 2.0 yet? There's RYC, yeah. Well, how many races are we in? I've not been paying attention, and yeah, I mean, we're obviously not near the end. We're at 54 minutes. We all lose. 30. Wow. Wow. Really? Wow. 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 Yup. Huh. I need to look into my 2DS doorstop because the my 2DS doorstop doesn't read game cartridges, but literally the only time but when I was recording the short on the 2DS, I rediscovered the short. I was rewatching a few of my shorts the other night. Was it detected the game cartridge for like a split second. That's the only time I've ever seen that happen. So I don't know if like the ports are dirty or something, but yeah, I've also never really actually cleaned the ports. How do you clean a DS cartridge? Last tour, Bowser Castle and Mushroom Bridge. We have had Mushroom Bridge. We haven't had Bowser Castle and Donut Plains. 31 out of 32, okay. Someone did say donut plane to be towards the end, but... Toothbrush, no water, scrub the contact points. How do you get the toothbrush in there? How thin are your teeth brushes? I'm doing really badly here. Blow into it if it's dusty. I think I've blown into it enough times. Oh my god, Daisy. Feels like blue shell, which I'm mildly worried about. Can I just say how good I've actually been at dodging blue shells? This GP. Like, I know I've missed a few, but like, I think I've hit a pretty good amount. And Bowser Castle was last. What a fitting enough track to end on. Someone on my blue shell dodge video said it was fake. I was probably like, this is a thing you can do. Why would I lie about it in a tutorial? I'm like, guys, check out this epic blue shell dodge clip. No, I'm literally like, here's how to dodge the blue shell. And someone was like, fake. I'm like, ah. I was doing a bit of research about the, I mean, I was curious about the 2DS, but I was describing it as just 3DS only. I was looking into if you can, because I was talking about it in like the last stream or the one before, where I was talking about if can you play, can you mod a 3DS to have a traditional joystick on it rather than the circle pad? And I didn't find anything. I sent a message in MKDS modding today just because, you know, I prefer talking to those guys. And Roko Loco found something. But I think the funniest thing was when I was doing the research yesterday, someone had modded a DSi to have joypad inputs. Or not joypad inputs? What's it called? Joystick inputs. Send me to show how to clean a 3DS cartridge with a toothbrush. I'm surprised you have those images on hand. Thanks DS capture card. That was a real fun time to disconnect. Well, it is faster to, it is faster. That was faster than the Wii U time, I think. Oh wow, Spirit, that is a weird bug. I'm assuming your app would be up to date, but toothbrush like this. I wasn't talking about the cartridge, I was talking about the cartridge port. Because I'm testing it with games that do function. Is it alright? Done. I mean, I think the funniest part about my capture card is it's got like this really frayed part of the cable. Basically because that's the part that always dangles off from like on the desk to off the desk. Wait, can you let me do it? Well, I think it's more of a problem with the DS end rather than the that end. I mean, the problem is fine because, you know, it hasn't actually broken out of the plastic shrouding. You're getting a corner of this split as well. But yeah, I want to show you this goddamn cable. Images, add, ruse, downloads, that one. Look at that fraying on the cable, and look how nice it is at the top and the bottom. Like, it's just the part that's been pushed off the desk. Beautiful. Okay, what time? What, do we have any ties? Nah, it doesn't look like it. What stage is he on? 57. USB cable to capture the DS? Yeah. Second run? I may do a second run. That is not dry bones. Oh, the one, I don't know. That is just Bowser. That can easily just ruin me. USB cable to capture the DS. Yeah, because the capture cards work via a DS rather than whatever it's called. Put your bets in for last track. Pity I can't really do a like a poll, because you know I can only have 4 options, so I could do like, you know, 8 tracks or something. Where's my water bottle? It's in my backpack still. Dang. Damn, water is so good. Like, I kind of like the stuff. But yeah, put what track you think it's gonna be. F-18, Airship, Choco Island Trust. I do not like the Choco Island Trust. It's like a really bad finance joke. Baby Park, Yoshi Falls. There are 14 people in chat, so we're gonna get like half the tracks guessed. Good water? It actually wasn't. I think the bowl's in need of a small clean. I'm manifesting straight garbage for the last track. You're so goddamn coined. But yeah, we're ready. I'm not actually ready. There we go. Now I'm ready. 3, 2, 1. Go, go, go. LC2. Mean 1. Why do I always mess them up? I don't think... I don't think people knows how often I confuse LC1 and LC2. Dokkan course last. I doubt it. Would random cause order save or lose time? Wouldn't it be the same as in order? The question in the title is basically stupid and meaningless. There should be arguably no difference between any of the tracks. Other than, like, if you do, like, if you get, like, Sky Garden first, you can bag for a, for triple mushrooms before, to do, like, the shortcut, but who knows? This is just ways for me to get in. I've just got this series that I'm remaking on real hardware because it used to be a Wii U thing because before I got capture card, which is literally just called Spirit of a Twist. It's just so I can get the same fun. It means I can just use the same thumbnails and get more video ideas because boy howdy, I need it. I wonder whose track guess is going to go first. You thought Sky High Sunday when I said Sky Garden? What mushroom cards are in Sky Garden Sunday? You finally played Mario Kart World and is good? What's that sentence mean? I mean, the thing is, I wouldn't assume that Mario Kart World's a bad game. Like, you know, it's made by Nintendo. It was a launch title. If it was a bad game, it would have been bad. But, if I wanted to do the Sky Garden thing, couldn't I just start on Sky Garden, or is that not allowed? Yeah, but that would mean I'm ending the GP on. Nah. I think you are allowed to choose. I think you are allowed to do, not choose, and, yeah, you can do order on any start, but the rules are kind of vague, and so it's not really, it's kind of like, don't. I think it ruins the spirit of 32 track. 32 tracks should be the 30 tracks in a row, but random order is just funny. In case you just really hate trying to get out of the Mushroom Cup and hate having splits. So from when you get to actually gauge with the proper tracks. We all hate the line. Like, I'm sure Mario Kart was a really good Mario Kart, it's just not a very good competitive online Mario Kart. I think that's what the general gist of it is. I mean, I haven't played it, but I will say I think they, from what I've seen about Knockout Tour, they really flopped. How many times do I hit that snowman? Like, they really added a mode where it's like, you can go through the tracks, and they only include 6. When they could have theoretically added, like, a system where you could choose, like, any... But, like, that'd be a really fun way to do it. Like, you know, you with a group of friends, it's like, okay, pick the tracks, guys. How? But you know, Nintendo fans, they'll never be happy. We've seen what the person talking about the Direct was. If you really like Knockout Tour in Mario Kart World, that seems like the perfect like way to justify the open world game. But I do think they should have really added more. I mean, I haven't played it, but it seems like really repetitive. Like, you know, they make Knockout Tour actually have more Knockout Tours. And then, you know, just get rid of the intermission tracks from the regular online. I think that would be a way better compromise rather than being like, no, I don't want to play it. Because, yeah, I think Knockout Tour seems like a good game mode. Woo! Woo! I'm so bad at this track. YouTuber's Shortcut. I think his name is Shortcat, but pop off. But yeah, what can I say? I'm just a lowly Mario Kart DS modder and content creator who's only kind of okay at playing the game. And rips off Mario Kart World thumbnails for, I hate autocorrect, bro. I said shortcut. That is comical. Complaining about autocorrect and then having it still autocorrect your correction. In Division, I feel like there'd be two intermissions and two normal ones to choose from. Yeah. Personally, Blue Shot Dodge is way funnier when he fails it. Oh, that is big true. You can calm down your complaints about autocorrect. I think everyone gets the gist of disliking autocorrect. I'm better at the game than you and you've been playing since you were 4. I mean, yeah. Because I don't think Mario Kart is a very hard game. Like, to look at this good is fairly easy. Have I named the deer thing yet? I have not, but I've started trying to. My hop didn't come out for the long dodge, and it probably would have worked. The thing that's really annoying about naming the characters I make is they all have kind of stupid object names. Okay, World, why are they called intermission tracks? Intermission means a pause or break. Why do we stick to call them intermissions? I don't know, because no one's had a better term. Probably because there's that much of a bore to play on. Wowzers. Anyway, here's RCI2, which I'm pretty sure some people... Oh yeah, we had the Choco Island Trust. How's that holding out? Most over and understand? Do you mean overrated? Do you mean over? I think the most overrated course I will say was Waluigi Pinball. I know it's like beloved, but you kind of get into the nitty gritty of it. It's kind of like a not really actually good track. Mainly because like it doesn't it doesn't really have like a lot of gameplay elements, and the pinballs are kind of annoying to navigate around. By the way, what the hell the D-pad and buttons on did I 3D print something? If you want to find out more, consider becoming a channel member. Because there is a video about that currently up for members only. It becomes public on Friday, so I don't know, subscribe or something if you don't want to pay. But like, I mean, it's $1. You get access to like the dodge emoji, which you can send every time I fail a dodge. I should add a red shell dodge failed. What's the most underrated track? I don't really know. A lot of Mario Kart DS tracks are actually fairly well rated by most people, I believe. I mean, I haven't really watched that many, like, opinions and things. F8C. F8C is actually decent for a first track? No, it's not. F8C is only good because it's in Mario Kart DS out of all games. How long can I make the D-pad and buttons? As tall as the 3D printer is. That's how you wall dodge a red shell, by the way. But a fun fact about the, I will spoil a bit about the tall DS D-pad. I didn't do any sort of measurement for the height. Like, I literally just went up a random amount in Blender. And, it was a really good height. It was like the second or third best D-pad I used that day. Ignoring an actual DS, which I think was also... I don't actually think I used a traditional DS D-pad in that day, so it would have been the second or third best D-pad I used. And glue on is good. There is no glue. It is a fully 3D printed model. In fact, I'm pretty sure the D-pad didn't actually have any supports at all. I just went to the library one day, got a 3D print done. Then I went back like 2 days later because I couldn't do the next day. I rode my bike to the station rather than take the car. And they gave me my 3D printed stuff. The point of the buttons was not to be able to close, was not to be a functional thing. Why have I ever pinged an MKDS modding? Toad. How fast is Toad gonna drop? Oh, and he had a red shell as well? 7th! You mean glue on top and I print like 5? And I think there may be a point where you can no longer really press on the buttons. And I think I would say probably about like double the height of the current of that D-pad would probably be the problem. But also the height I chose is really good because you can see it in... When the DS is in shot, you can see it. Funny how medium weights have never been the meta. Whoa! I think it's more because, like... Not like I would have been to dodge the blue shell anyway. It's actually the best place to get blue shelled. That's why I don't do wall dodges. They never work. But yeah, typically, you know, stats work by having a major outlier or by, you know, going to one side of the spectrum. So obviously medium weights would never work because they have no extreme stats. Especially because characters generally don't have many stats in Mario Kart. And the stats are way more basic compared to like the karts, which have more nuances between them. Oh my god, I can't believe it. So I'm going to focus on this track and then reply to why I got annoyed at Mario Kart DS modders. What is better, 3DS or DS? Depending on what you want to do. If you want to play a 3DS game, probably a 3DS. But also, there are so many 3DS models and DS models that your question becomes kind of irrelevant. Because, you know, the original DS looks stupid. The DS Lite actually looks like it has design put into it. But yeah, I was talking about in F8C. Hello. In MKDS network, I was talking about the circle pads and talking about why I call it this, why I know it as a C pad rather than calling it like the circle stick or something. And I was like, yeah, one of the reasons because, you know, Mario Kart DS and Tiger, and someone just replied me like, what's Tiger? I'm like, huh? How do you mod Mario Kart DS and not know what Tiger is? As in the person, not the creature. Am I going to do a tall button speedrun? No, because I don't really enjoy taking apart the capture card DS. Because it makes it's sketchy. Though I will say, the tall buttons are the currently installed buttons on that DS. Oh, that was F8C. Darn. Probably no one's at MC1. This would be an awful track to end a 32 track on. There was some good MT attempts. Has Airship been yet? I'm pretty sure it has not. Damn, my hand's starting to kind of hurt. The thing that starts becoming really weird with whenever I do like these... I think I had the same problem when I last did a random track, 32 track. was I did 2 of them, and I struggled remembering what tracks had appeared in the first speedrun and which ones had appeared in the second speedrun. How did that dodge? How did that... Midterm is the official name, though. I did a video on this the other day. Oh, not a video, a short. And it was also like the other week. Although I don't think Mini Boost was ever any of them. The main contenders were Mini Turbo and a Turbo Boost. Being accompanied with the terms of drift and power slide turbo boost, with drift and power slides. But it's typically, you know, a power slide turbo boost or a drift into a mini turbo. But yeah, like the Mario Kart DS manual says mini turbo. The Mario Kart DS mission mode calls them a turbo slide, power boost. You still don't know what they're officially called? The answer is who cares? In Super Smash Bros., a spike is not the same. A spike is not a Meteor Smash. But no one calls them Meteor Smashes, they're all called spikes. I think a mini turbo is the more common term these days, but back like Double Dash called them a power slide, I'm pretty sure. In like the manual, I'm not sure about in-game if there was any reference to it. Mario Kart DS swaps between the two. I've just hit a bus. Is what to call the other similar boosts. What other boosts are there? You got mushroom boosts. You got panel boosts, which is why I really want to coin the term prolonged panel boosting as a separate term to instead of PRB reset. Yo, can we talk about that end? That was really good. That was a really good shroom route, I think. Oh, you're talking about Mario Kart World. Obviously, like, yeah. I mean, it really depends on, like, who you're talking to, because, like, you know, taking Nintendo's terms, like, weird. So, like, you just want to generally, like, look for what are people calling it when they, like, tell you how to do a guide. Like, you know, in Mario Kart DS, you can have, we'll say things like, you know, LMT and RMT, which is just left mini turbo and right mini turbo to identify how you should be doing, like the start, typically the start of a race or a shortcut. But then, you know, in Mario Kart Wii, it's a really common term to say a standstill. Or a standstill mini turbo. But in Mario Kart DS, we'll just call that an A-B spin. Because people don't know what a standstill is. Or a standstill turn. But yeah, it's just terminology and slang that just builds up over time. I should have taken the old route. I mean, the slow route. I saw that blue, I was like, I wonder, do I take the slow route to dodge the blue shell? But I decided not to, because who takes that route? The really good thing about random track mode is I don't really need to get stressed about track order. Because there's literally no indication of how far I am through the race until, like, I start actually looking at numbers, in which case, and I don't. Damn it. In case you are unaware, I learned how to do that shortcut and have completely forgotten. Wow, Bowser Castle, then Donut Plain. Those are the last two tracks in the last speedrun. Do I like Dragon Ball? I have never seen a single episode of Dragon Ball, and I have absolutely no idea about literally anything in it. How do you go fast after being dropped by Lakitu? You press A right as you fall? Oh, right as you touch the ground? Ow. It's a really funny timing because even though, you know, Mario Kart DS, they're all got standardized heights, sometimes in custom tracks, or like Rainbow Road, you will, you'll be a slightly different height. And it's kind of awkward to get. Do you know about this game after 20 years? It's in like every Mario Kart except like Super Mario Kart and like Mario Kart 8 Fish. Do I like anime? I do not care about anime. But I think that's mostly because I don't really care about TV shows and things, so... And also, I think it kind of looks kind of clunky, like, from an animation standpoint, but, you know, I don't really care. I haven't really watched it, so I don't really have opinions on it. Fish part 2. Oh no. I only wish they still did carts with really weird, unique stats. What do you mean weird stats? I don't think it's possible to make a balanced game. In fact, Mario Kart DS actually hits it pretty well. If Mario Kart DS didn't have PRB, the top tier, or like as advanced snaking, it would be a really strange bag. Fish part 3. Because, you know, you would have, like, even like, you know, talking about Mario Kart DS as it currently is, you've actually got a wide range of carts that are actually viable. Did I super bounce off the wall? Did I wall assist bounce? Why'd that give me so much height? Oh, nice. Bowser got a golden. There's like 10 good ones. But yeah, it's really interesting because like you got the BLS is just super bad for racing. The Egg 1 just doesn't have any good individual stats. The Dry Bomb is good for tracks where you have to maintain PRB in really weird scenarios. Sand Luigi has 2 mushrooms. Like, you know, in Mario Kart DS, if you can see people using like 6 different carts and you wouldn't really bat an eye online. If someone sees you using goddamn Mach Bike in Mario Kart Wii, they'll give you a side eye, be like, that's a weird looking flame runner. Why was like the one vehicle doesn't work? Yeah, maybe I should have done bullet bike. I don't know, I just like making fun of Mario Kart Wii players. No! When Baby Park appears. Why does Bowser have a bullet bill? Because everyone's used to bikes. Yeah, it's like whenever you play like a custom track using like not a top tier bike, you end up getting like some really weird things. I have no idea what this part of the neck is called, but like, you know, a little like with like the collarbone. You lost F8C earlier, didn't I? Yeah. I haven't actually played Retro Rewind. Maybe I should. This track to me is just the DS recording setup track. What does that mean? Just because I used it in the capture card video? Shrimper. Oh, I missed. Fun idea. I should have maybe ejected the mini turbo inside a different one to dodge the blue shell, but yeah. You are referring to my video, okay. Fun fact, I actually did technically record enough parts for a part 2, and there was a short acting as a pseudo part 2 to that video, but I never made a proper video on it because I didn't care enough. And I also don't remember what the things were. I think it was Wii U, Melon DS, because Delta Emulator didn't work on my phone. And what else? October, I don't mean this in like a rude way, but I don't need an entire detailed breakdown of Mario Kart Wii's current state. Nope. Nope, and it goes to someone that that I don't think has talked in the entire stream. Felt like spending a euro. You know what spending that euro does? It allows me to unlock another emoji for the channel. Because it's really funny, because with the emojis, is you keep all the emojis even if your membership count goes below it. You just can't. I think you can change them, but you should probably not delete them because then you lose access to it. Now I've got to think of another emoji idea. I'm really out of them because I don't really know what people want. What emoji would you recommend? I think I've asked how to pronounce your name and I keep forgetting, so I'm just going to say drop. M-drop. Mic drop. I think that's what it was, wasn't it? Mic drop, that would make sense. The fib emoji. Oh no, I was talking about this earlier in the stream. I think I was saying like a red shell dodge failed emoji. Because also I need emojis that people use. I don't think I've seen a single person said, I don't think I've seen a single person send a sample decline. I think it may just be called decline. But, yeah. Did someone say, think Airship Fortress is going to be the last track? Because I think, you know, we now have it, so your guess is binned. It's a blue shirt sound, but I think that's just a bullet bill activating in the lower floor. What would get people to... What emoji would people want to post that would make them want to become channel members? Probably a second fish emoji. Stupidest answered that question. A fish part 2 emoji. The egg one MTing. Maybe? Or standard dry bones. Y'all know I love standard dry bones. I mean, it used to be a standard dry bones emoji, but it got replaced when, you know, I came with better ideas. Yo, look at that time save. I know you can do better cuts, but I'm not good at this game. Bowser ROB-LGS. Now, that'll be a problem, because similar to, like, Jerry Django, who is currently supporting our timer, that would be very tall, and the emojis are squares. And so it'll be really hard to make out what it is. Which is what's so good about the sample decline image, in my opinion. Is because the pose is so compacted. I mean, it makes a terrible outline, but it means it fits really well into an emoji. I think the only emoji that I've drawn as an emoji is just Pog Samp, which I'm also really happy with that name. 23 tracks. Damn, we still got 10 of these? I mean, 9 of these? 8 of these? No, wait, this is the 8th one. Maybe those emojis where you put two sides, use them to make a big emoji. That could be kind of funny, but I don't really know what I'll do it with. Because there's not really much of this channel that would be like long. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, and there's a red shell. Wait, may break on this wall. Nah. Couldn't get around it fast enough. I hate trying to get that last MT on tracks. Weirdly, I thought I'd already played Waluigi Pinball, but apparently not. The puddle. Oh, it should probably be like the snowman on DK Pass that I'm constantly hitting. You don't know if you can say that? Well, YouTube didn't want you to. Because it used to be the crab and tree and cheap that I would always hit. Wee. on Cheap Cheap Beach would be the problem, but you know, having a Cheap Cheap emoji would look too similar to the thing, and I've added Crab Throw because I think it's funny. Shows that was sick. I love my long dodges. Like, a blue shell dodge is cool, but a long dodge is just epic. Especially 100cc blue shell dodges. I mean, blue shell long dodges, because it's just like... It's so timing, like, so luck dependent to be able to get a blue shell where you can dodge it at a location. I think my favorite was one time, I think it was like, I was playing before a jab. This isn't going to be dodgeable. I was playing by waiting for a jab, so I was doing 100cc. And I dodged it off the ramp on Peach Gardens. Like, and when I say ramp, I mean the bridge. You have returned. I was literally like everyone in chat is just a channel member. Also, this stream isn't doing overly well compared to normal, but that's what I expect out of speedrun streams. Going to be taking the streams are going to be taking a small hit when in like 2-3 weeks from now, when I have to do more speedrun mission mode streams in order to actually refreshen up on Oz speedrun. And to try and make sure I don't fail things like I mainly don't want to fail the bosses. Because by God, I've been playing Big Bully really badly. Everything else has been fine though. Because, you know, I've got my nice backup strats for like King Boo. I think the interesting part about mission mode speedrunning at my level, oh my God, that was a really dangerous fireball. Mission mode speedrun at my level is, or speedrunning mission mode for IRL events is knowing the backup strats, knowing when do you need to press pause and retry the mission versus keep plowing through. Maybe I should do a few of the really long missions where you get a startup boost fail. See if you can still get a star. Because I failed, like, what one have I failed? Like the DK mini turbo one on Shroom Ridge. I failed that. Like, I keep messing up the startup boost on that one out of all missions. Dang, all three. Yeah, that was all really brutal. On Desert Hills as well, it was like, damn. Not that I think I could have dodged the blue shell, but the lightning really sealed my deal. Sealed my deal? No, it sealed my fate. Oh, hey Fomp. How you doing? Why did I say it like that? How you doing? He's so good. I was so prepared to be mildly annoyed at that red shell. I think one of the funniest things about the doing the mission mode speedrun for Oz Speedrun Open in Sydney was like 2 days, or like the night, no, I think it was like 2 days before I left. I rewatched a Able speedrun event stream. Oh my God, speedrun event speedrun. Yep, that's him. Just to like note down, just to basically like internalize how I should be talking. and any like notes and things. So Whoop. Whoop. What track have we not played? Have we had Sky Garden? I think there's like 5 tracks left. Well, 4 tracks. This is one of the tracks. If I ever get a 32 track speedrun into an event, I'm gonna learn how to. I'm gonna attempt to learn how to do 1 segment PRB on this track probably. So I think that would be interesting to be like, guys, look, I can PRB. But only PRB around like those first like mounds. I don't think PRB through the rest of the track is real difficult. Especially by the likes of one Hyphen Hoik. Especially on egg. Even though it is like the second highest mini turbo. It's like 5 frames difference. I may have been talking about MTs in the short I was editing today. It's really funny in the short I was editing today. I need to get footage of the cucumber, but I could not be stuffed, so I just slapped the image of the cucumber over a random piece of footage, and I really hope people notice or people don't notice. I feel like just like adding like something really stupid, not to like every short, but to every other short. Well, not even every other short, just like occasionally in a short, is a really like good way because, you know, it keeps people on their toes. So, Yoshi Circuit has track 29. What is left? I don't know if I've had Sky Garden. The thing is, I need to try and remember what's happened in the first run and what happened in the second run. Like, I have no idea about Yoshi Falls. So I'm just going for like every Mario Kart DS track. Oh, that's not good. Blooper dodge. Wish that gave us a gambling respawn. That is so much nicer. So I think we've had all the lightning tracks. Apart from, I don't think we've had Sky Garden. We've had LC, we've had Cooper Beach, we've had Luigi Circuit 2, we've had Mushroom Bridge, and we've had Choco Mountain. I think we've had all the banana track courses. Mario Farm, logically. I thought we'd already played this one, but you know what? It's really hard trying to remember what of 32 tracks you've played when you do 2 back-to-back speedruns. You're back? Oh, welcome. I'm trying to remember what are the last 2 tracks? I think we did do Rainbow. We have had Rainbow Road because I think I got that epic dodge. Yeah, and I remember laughing at Toad, who's currently in second, so it would make sense that I got it. Like Toad was the good performing CPU. I think we had all the Special Cup tracks. We had DK Pass. We had TikTok Clock. We had Mario Circuit. We had Asia Fortress. I think we've had Delfino. We've had Desert. It could be Yoshi Falls and Sky Garden. Did I Banshee Boardwalk? Yeah, we've had Fish 6. Well, time for me to go. Oh! Of course! He's so good. I was in an op shop today, and I saw a picture of like a board of like a pier, and I really now want to kind of get a a photo or a painting of a pier and just add the Banshee Boardwalk fish to it. Ugh. Oh, you can't drift in the off-road when you're small. But obviously I couldn't get that picture that I'm talking about that I saw in the op shop because it was like 3 individual pictures. And so why did that go for Mario? Oh, it was the red shell going wide, so it ended up... Whoa, Bowser, why'd you do this to me? End up being in the usual order, lol? No, because Sky Garden definitely comes before Yoshi Circuit. It is Yoshi Falls! Well, this is slower than the other run, I'm pretty sure. Or is it going to be really similar? How long does Yoshi Falls take for me? You went Sky... Ah, I get it. Oh, somehow it's definitely not possible. I nearly fall off the course. Oh yeah, it's definitely not possible to beat the track in 15 seconds. How'd the other run that started with me, goddamn failing the startup boost? You get a better time. Capture card! Wow, that was like right on. That's like, wow, it's midnight. Well, nice. This is why I'm like, it's really annoying because, you know, I have my, why does it do that when I finish the speedrun? I think it's because I'm moving. Because I need to move the DS in order to press the pause button timer. And it's like, you know, if I shake the cable, it's not going to do anything. Because, you know, it's goddamn wants to make a fool out of me! Wow, what a fun track to end the last one on. Anyway, I really need to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to wrap up this stream faster than normal. Customization, any redirects. Nope. But that's the stream. Second got 224 points twice in a row. That is kind of funny. In case you're wondering, Daisy got 59 points. Once again, Daisy got second last and stuck behind Sample, I'm pretty sure. But that's the stream. I hope y'all had a decent enough time. I mean, there's a lot of channel members already in chat, but if you're not a channel member, consider becoming one so you can watch the next video early. It's a pretty good video in my opinion. Like, goddamn 10 minutes of Hyphen Hoik goodness. That's a pretty sweet deal. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up there. The next stream will probably be the Wednesday stream. I don't know. Oh, Tuesday. Who knows? You had one time of all PogSamp time. Nice. What does that even... What does that mean?